So what is going on, guys? It is your boy Prox here. I hope everybody is doing well in these fall months. We're actually getting pretty deep into it. It's getting kind of chilly here in Michigan, but we're making it through it. Just make sure you're gloved up and layered up or whatever. So I hope you guys checked out my last video where I talked about my thoughts on basically the black toe ones and some of the other ones. I actually ended up missing out on them. But I had the opportunity to cop during the restock, and I don't know what it was, but I just passed. When I really thought about some of the other things coming up, that Black Friday's coming up and all the other sales, I don't know, man. For some reason, the ones didn't seem that appealing as they did at first once I really started to think about it. I still plan on copping at some point, but just not anytime soon, man. I think I might actually end up paying a little bit of resale for them down the line, maybe sometime early next year, or if I can catch another restock like the one that they had, then I think I'll get them then. But anyway, if you haven't seen that, check that out. The reason I bring that up is because I think I'm going to do another video in the same style as that one today, and that one is going to be about Nike's the 12 Souls collection. So basically, the 12 Souls collection is a new series that Nike is unveiling that basically celebrates the past, present, and the future of Nike releases, and it starts off with it starts off on December 3rd. They will be releasing 12 different shoes, so that's why it's called the 12 Souls collection. Now 11 of the shoes have actually already been unveiled. I'm going to talk about those, but the 12th shoe is actually a mystery shoe, so we don't know what that shoe is yet. I have no idea what it could be, but I'm basically going to just break down each release and kind of talk about it, give my thoughts on it, and show you guys some pics so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on. So I'm currently on the Nike website, the launch page for the 12 Souls collection. I'm just going to read down in the order that they have them, and I'm going to list them up for you guys in the order that they have them. I'm going to show you guys the pictures in the exact order that they have them on the website. But the first one is it's the Jordan Retro 9. I'm not sure what the name of this colorway is. Like the name is escaping me right now, but it's a black, white, and red joint. I'm actually not really the biggest fan of nines, which is kind of weird because the Olive 9 is actually one of my favorite Jordans. I don't own a pair yet, but it's actually up there. It's like in my top. It's like my top 5 easily. But the Olive 9 is like the only 9 that I'm really feeling. This is a classic shoe that they have though. This particular 9, I've seen it before. A friend of mine actually had it back when I was in high school, so that just goes to show you how sort of timeless this shoe is. I mean, it's a retro. I mean, you're gonna see it a couple times, but this isn't something that I haven't seen before. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, it's not something that I see myself buying for retail. If it's sat on shelves, which I highly doubt that it's going to do, but if it's sat on shelves, then I might consider copping one, but copping a pair. But as it stands, it's just not something that I see myself picking up anytime soon. So next off, we have the Air Max Uptempo 2 in the it's like an olive colorway. Now these are actually pretty dope. I kind of like them. I'm not sure what the pricing is gonna be like on them, so it depends. For me, it's not really. It's a dope shoe, but it's not a retail shoe. This is the type of shoe that I expect to see sitting around on shelves, and then you just kind of pick it up later. Like you're on eBay, or you're at, not eBay. Well, yeah, even eBay or Eastbay or Foot Locker or whatever, and then you check the clearance, and then you're like, oh, they have this shoe still. Or you're at a Nike outlet and you see it, and you're like, oh yeah, well I might as well pick these up. That's kind of what it gives me the vibe of. It's not a shoe that I would pay full price for, but I do think it is a dope shoe. I mean, I definitely like it. In my opinion, personally, I feel like they should have released this maybe last month or towards the middle or the end of September, right when fall started off. If they would have done it then, I might have actually considered picking it up back then, especially by now, because I'm pretty sure there would have been some discounts on it and stuff like that if the shoe was if it was sitting or whatever. I don't see this shoe selling out at all, but I do think it's a cool shoe. It's definitely something that I'm going to look into getting once it hits clearance or outlets or whatever. You know, I never can find anything in outlets anyway. They never have my size, but you know, the clearance section on websites or whatever. Then next up, we have the Air Jordan Retro 11. This is the Space Jam colorway. I've already talked extensively about these well, not extensively, but I definitely gave my thoughts on these in my last video. If you haven't checked that out, check that out. But yeah, these I will definitely be going after a pair of these if I can get a pair. I'm not entirely sure if that's gonna be possible, but I am definitely gonna go after a pair. It's my number one pair of the year. It's definitely the shoe that I've been looking forward to the most. I'm pretty straight actually. Now that I think about it, on my main sneakers to get for the year, I think I'm like 2 out of 4 or something like that. The only two pair that I missed out on that I wanted were the Flax Air Force One mids and the Bread ones. Those are the only 2 that I missed where I was like, no. But the Flax ones, the Flax Air Force One mids or whatever, I may actually pay a bit of resale on those to get them because I really do like those. But those are number 2 on the list, and then the Space Jam is number 1. So it's a flawless shoe in my opinion. I definitely will be going after them. The $220 price tag is yikes, but I definitely will be trying to go after them though. It's the mountaintop for me. It's the pinnacle, the apex of 2016 for me for sneakers. It's just a shoe that I really want, and it's one of my favorite 11s. So I definitely be going after these. I'm looking forward to owning a pair. I'm just hoping that the sneaker guys smile on me and they actually let me get through and cop a pair this time, man. And that would really make my year, man. That would end off a very good year for me or whatever. So next off we have the Air Foamposite Pro. This is the Dr. Doom colorway. It's black and it's like this white, but it's like a milky white kind of. It looks different than a traditional white. Maybe it's my screen that I'm looking at that's just kind of making them look a little weird. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest Foamposite guy, so me personally, they're not something that I would pick up. Excuse me. I know people who would go crazy for these, who would go nuts over these. I am not one of them. I'm not really feeling this particular colorway that much. The only ones that I've seen that were dope, there was a pair of foams that came out around the summertime. They were red and black. Like, those were super dope. I'm trying to remember the name of them. I can't remember the name of them, but they were just red and black foams, and they were super, super dope. But I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly which ones I'm talking about. I'll throw a quick picture up on the screen here so you guys can see them. But those are the only foams that I've ever seen. Those and the Galaxy foams anyway. Those are the only 2 foams that I've ever really been like, yo, I need these. I think the Paranormals are pretty dope too. But they're not, foams are just not a shoe that I gravitate towards for whatever reason. I think they're all right, but they're just not something I could see myself copping, and this shoe falls right along with it. The quality looks pretty dope on them though, I will say that, but it's just not something I could see myself wearing. Next we have the Air Jordan 16. I'm gonna be honest with you guys right off the rip. I don't really like these. It's just not me. It's not a shoe I could really ever see myself wearing in any situation really. If I have to pay for it. If I get sent a pair or something like that sometime down the line, one of these days when things get better and bigger, then by all means. But as far as me actually spending my money on them, they're not a shoe that I can see myself purchasing, not even on clearance. Just not something that I'm feeling. To me, I don't know what it is, man. They just don't seem like shoes that you would. They seem solely for, like, I don't know, man, like warm-ups. They're just something that I see people wearing, that I can picture NBA players wearing when they're doing their warm-ups only, not for on-court, not for anything like that. And I don't know how they play in regards to hooping. I've never hooped in a pair of them or anything like that, so I can't say anything about that. But as far as just the aesthetics go, they are not something that I could see myself wearing, so I'm gonna have to take a hard pass on those. Then next we have the Kobe 11 Elite Lows Ghost of Christmas Past. Again, they're a little too loud for me. I do like loud shoes from time to time. The Area 72 LeBron 10, the extraterrestrials, and the Cutting J LeBron 10s are actually some of my favorite shoes. So I can do loud from time to time. But these are just not a shoe that I see myself copping. Now, I like the 11 Low, Kobe 11 Low. I have the Bruce Lee colorway, and the Bruce Lees were one of my favorite pickups of this year. But yeah, I'm gonna have to take a pass on these. I definitely know some people who I could see wearing these. It just seems more like a female shoe for me, honestly. Like, this is something I could picture females wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, with I don't know. I just see females rocking this more so than I would see a male wearing it. You know, it's a dope shoe. You know, it's the as far as the Elite 11 goes, it's a dope silhouette. But the colorway just isn't really my thing. So I think I would have to take a pass on those. Next we have the Nike Zoom KD9. This one is called the Sauce. It's nice purple burgundy type colorway. Again, not really feeling the KD9s. So I would have to take a pass on this one. I wasn't really feeling the 9s. I'm not feeling the 9s really. I wasn't really feeling the 8s either. So this is another shoe that I will be taking a pass on. I will say that they look like they're comfortable. I've heard people say that they are comfortable and they look like they're easy to get on, but it's just not something that I could see myself actually wearing out or rocking at all. I mean, if I did have a pair, it's something I would throw on like really quickly if I'm just trying to run to the grocery store or you know, go out to grab something to eat really quick. Like if it's too cold for flip-flops and you're like, yo, I need to go out and run an errand really quickly. These are something I would throw on with like some jogging pants and a hoodie. They're not something I could see myself wearing. So I do like the colorway. I don't know, maybe on Nike clearance. You know, I'm not really feeling the 9 like that, but I guess I could see where it could be useful in my wardrobe somewhere. So maybe on clearance, depending on what the pricing is looking like. Next, we have the What the Kyrie 2s. Now, these are actually pretty dope. I like these. The only thing about these is I live in Michigan, as you guys know, so I don't really see myself having much of a use for an all-white shoe around this time. If I did cop a pair of them, it would actually they would kind of sit and marinate for a while, which is what I like to do anyway. So I would probably just let these marinate for a while and then break them out probably in late spring, early summer. But I think these are dope. I actually like the What the KD2s. I talked a little bit about the What This in my last video. I should make like an entire video just dedicated to my thoughts on the What the series. I think that would be dope. But yeah, I think this is a pretty solid addition to the catalog. I don't know, depending on the difficulty of these will determine how hard I want to get them. If I go after them and I see a pair and I get them with no problem and no hassle, I'll probably cop them, but it's not something I see myself paying resale for. But I do like them. They're a cop. They're a retail. I would say they're a retail for me. I would definitely purchase them for retail. So then next we have the Special Forces Air Force Ones. These I'm actually very, very, very. Oh, and this is in the white colorway. I'm very, 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 very on the fence with these. I like them. I think the paracord is cool. And I think they're an interesting addition to the Air Force One family. I'm actually going to make a full video breaking out each colorway of these and my thoughts on it. That's actually what I have planned next. So I will be releasing a video about that. But yeah, I'm very on the fence with these. Half of me is like, yo, they're doing a little bit too much, and then another half of me is like, nah, man, that little extra touches that they're having is really adding to it. Personally, I would love to see what they would do with this same sort of Special Forces concept, but on an Air Force One mid. The Air Force One mids are my favorite ones. So I would love to see what they do on the Air Force One mid with this same concept. I don't know how they would do it, but I'm pretty sure they could finesse it somehow, even if you just put dog tags on it. Find a way to incorporate the paracord into it, but with dog tags hanging from the side or something like that. I think that would be a dope idea. As it stands, the current silhouette is just kind of I don't know. I mean, I like them, but I don't know, man. It's just not something I see myself rushing out to get. I mean, I didn't go after any of the previous ones, even though I thought they were kind of cool. But I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they'll grow on me. I still actually have not seen a pair of these in person. So I haven't seen them in person. I haven't seen anybody rock them on feet in person. I haven't held a pair in hand and really examined them. So I can't really fully comment on them like that just yet. Then next up we have these are the women's Air Force One Ultra Force mids. These are for women. So I mean, I think it's a pretty cool colorway. Just something simple, something sleek for the females out there, for the ladies. I definitely could see. I know a couple women that I could see throwing these on. So if that's your thing for the ladies out there, definitely go ahead and look into these. I don't see them being too hard to cop. So have at it. Then next we have the Air Jordan 31, the Space Jams. Now these, I'm not really feeling the 31s. I love the colorway because these are the Space Jams. They're just on the 31 silhouette. I'm not really feeling that silhouette yet though. So again, I haven't seen those in hand yet either. I haven't had them in hand or seen them in person yet either. So that's another shoe where I'm kind of like, But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm not gonna say that these are a hard pass, because kind of like what I said with the KDs, I can see myself throwing these on with some sweatpants or something like that and a hoodie, and then heading out, for something. These I could actually see myself wearing them for something a little more upscale, like if I was going to the movies or if I was going out to eat, or something like that on some chill type stuff. I could see myself throwing these on, but yeah, it's just not something I would pay retail for. I would not pay the retail for these. I'm not really feeling the 31 yet. Again, I still haven't had a pair in hand, so I would have to actually look at it and really get a feel for it. But all the on feet I've seen and things like that, they're just not really for me. So I would have to take a pass on them in that regard for retail. If they sat on shelves and they actually went for a really good clearance price, then I think we might be able to work something out. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel. And then last but not least, there is the mystery drop. Now, to be honest, I have no idea what this mystery drop could be. I don't even know what I expect it to be. And to be honest, I don't even really know what I want it to be. If I had my way, the mystery drop would be dope if they just cracked everybody's heads and did like some Inception type stuff and just did like a huge restock for the holidays. Like, I think that would be super, 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 super dope. But honestly, man, I don't know what I expect from the mystery drop. I'm thinking they're gonna do something awesome for that. I'm hoping they do, and I'm very excited to see what they actually end up coming up with. So wow, I just checked the recording on this video is very, very long. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Be sure to check out my website, InsideTheRip.net, where I do artist interviews and I talk about music and art and all kinds of other cool stuff. I actually just completed an interview with Rick Williams of Burn Rubber. It's a sneaker boutique out in Detroit, so it's a dope boutique or whatever. So he is the co-owner of that. I actually got the chance to do an interview with him. The link for that will be in the description box down below. As well as the links to all my social media. I also started up a Patreon and a GoFundMe page. If that's something that you're interested in doing, if you want to support your boy on some monthly type stuff or do a one-time donation, head over to the GoFundMe. And I also have a donation tab on the website. You're by no means obligated to do it. If it's just something you've been like, yo, I would like to donate some money to Prox, and how do I do it? Well, there you go. You have your options there. And for the Patreon and the GoFundMe, I actually I don't have the perks listed for the GoFundMe. Just email me if you do a big GoFundMe donation or something like that, something sizable. Just hit me up, fill out the contact form on InsideTheRip.net or whatever, and then we'll work something out. I'll figure out something. I'm more than happy to do some kind of collaboration with you. But Patreon, I actually do have perks. So I do writing, I do photography, I do Photoshop. So just let me know what you might be interested in doing. The perks are listed on there. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for me. Proxima out.